Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. The brouhaha between President Muhammadu Buhari and APC governors over the issue of Naira redesign has triggered a lot of accusation. And some of the APC governors, the likes of El-Rufai and Ganduje, said that the reason why all of this is going on, talking about the Naira redesign and the cashless policy, it's towards frustrating this election and giving room for the creation of an interim government. And President Muhammadu Buhari is not happy with such an accusation and has decided to react to it. And we're going to be looking at the reaction and what Nigerians have to say about all of these. According to the news, the president on Friday said that it is only politicians that are afraid of losing elections that are accusing President Muhammadu Buhari of planning to truncate the democracy and hand over to an interim government. So APC is losing then. The president also warned those pending such information, which it said was meant to incite the citizenry against the federal government to desist from it, saying that President Buhari is determined to ensure that elections are conducted and that Nigerians are free to vote for All Progressive Congress APC or any other political party on the basis of their choice. A statement titled Stop the Joke About Interim Government Election Will Hold, issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Gaba Shehu, also stated that it was not in doubt that the APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is Buhari's favored candidate. The statement told the doubters, the speculators, and the untrue tellers that the Naira swap was not in any way meant to keep the president in office beyond May 29. It quoted Joseph Goebbels, the propaganda chief of Adolf Hitler, who had said, "Repeat a lie often enough and it becomes the truth," adding that the quote was made in the 1930s before the internet was birthed. The statement read thus: Let us clearly, specifically, and emphatically state that there is absolutely no truth to the claim that President Muhammadu Buhari is working towards an interim government, to even worse, the truncation of democracy that he has helped to keep alive not only here at home in West Africa, but throughout the continent. The talk of the interim government and truncation of democracy is way off the mark. Those who peddle it stands to gain nothing, nothing at all, but the creation of panic and incitement of the public against the federal government. It is another dangerous dimension by people who are afraid that they may lose their elections. Everybody is aware that there is a lot of pressure on everyone, all of us, the party, its elected officials, its candidate, and law enforcement agency, following the way the currency swap has gone. But the way to go is not to panic. There is indeed a problem, and nobody will pretend that it doesn't exist. It is precise because the president is concerned with this problem that he opened several avenues for consultation with leaders and groups across the country, culminating in his broadcast to the nation on Thursday morning. In line with the speech, his clear and unequivocal directive is that the problem of cash supply must be addressed without delay. While this is being done, there is no need to panic. We need to work together as leaders, as a people, and as one nation. When panic hits, people go into overdrive. Shouting helps no one because no one can listen. The solution to the problem is not in spreading or not in sending Nigerians into confusion. Election just a week ahead will hold, and Nigerians will vote for the All Progressive Congress APC and any other if they so wish on the basis of their choice. Our people want progress, good governance, law and order, and will not be swayed by the negative energy that is being expanded against a well-meaning currency change. Finally, to state that the president clearly has a favored successor in Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not in doubt. The fact that Tinubu has been opposed to the speed and timing of the Naira swap timetable does not mean he is against the idea of Nigeria becoming a cashless society. Of course, Tinubu does support a cashless society, for he is a man of the future. What should be made crystal clear to the doubters and the speculators and the untrue tellers is that in no way was the Naira swap engineered to keep the president in office beyond May 29. Nothing could be further from the truth. The president looked forward to handing over the reins of power to his elected successor. This will happen on May 29, 2023, as the Constitution requires it. The days of unelected Nigerian leaders and those who outstay their welcome by unconstitutionally extending it have gone. This is quite interesting, I must say. And there have been other responses from different government officials. One of them is the likes of Lai Mohammed. He has also talked about it. But let's just try to hit the nail by the head. It's very obvious that APC is fighting themselves. Just few weeks to election. Clearly, what we have seen here, it's a clear sign that defeat is on the way for them, because even though the president is reiterating his support for Tinubu, what he's doing, ordinarily, if you look at it, you know that it's not in favor of Tinubu at all. He may, by word, say that he's, supporting Tinubu, but I personally wouldn't blame Tinubu's calm, because one thing is for the president to say he is supporting you, but his conduct skewed towards sabotaging Tinubu's success at the poll. No matter what anyone will say, what his move is clear that he has nobody at heart. Maybe he wants the best election for Nigerians, but I can assure you that his move is not towards anyone succeeding him. Anyone that Nigerian chooses, I think he will be okay with. Tinubu has not been favored with some of the policies, because rolling out the policies by this time is, for me, not good enough. And unfortunately, a house that is divided against itself will certainly fall. And if truth be told, this Naira redesign favor other party outside APC. Let's just tell ourselves the truth, especially Peter Obi, who doesn't give shishi. You understand? Especially Peter Obi, because if this currency swap was not the vehicle towards vote buying and also winning that election, would have been to splash money before Nigerians. But since Peter Obi, who is the best candidate for this election, says he is not giving anybody shishi, and with this currency swap, man, the guy is already the right person for the job. For me, I believe that things have changed. We no more have PDP and APC, to run the show the way they like. APC is already frustrated based on how things are, and that's why we are seeing them crying foul. But I think that the finger of God is at work here. I'm telling you the truth. I'm already perceiving divine intervention and divine election by God. God wants a situation whereby at the end of the day, Nigerians will be happy that they did their best and God's finger was remote controlling things such that it will end in their favor. Let me read one of the reactions of Nigeria. Someone says the APC governor, presidential candidate, and politician against the new Naira note policy are evil people. I agree that it could have been better managed so that the masses don't suffer the consequences of the policy being targeted at the elite. But the intention is good. All of a sudden, APC politicians who did not care the suffering of the masses these past years have now turned to the people's advocate, taking their FG to court. Please, they are after their own selfish interests. Of course, we all know that. So they have stockpiled stolen Naira notes in 1,500 denomination and are angry. The policy is frustrating it. Even now, the president, in his wisdom, asks for 200 to be redistributed, they were still not satisfied with it because for them, it will not change anything. I think that the finger of God is at work here. Another person reacting to it also said Mr. Garba should not use an occasion to explain the federal government policy as an opportunity to express federal government preference for a particular candidate in a national election. There is an APC platform to do that. Whether he explains it or not, it's already very clear that President Muhammadu Buhari does not support anybody in this election. If you ask me, he's supporting even Peter Obi based on some of the policies he has rolled out. And I think that's the finger of God at work. I'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. Let's interact. What's the position on what the president have to say about